In this lecture, we'll be understanding about break and continue statement. So these two are simple statement. If I talk about break, that means break is something that will stop the loop or that will get out of the loop, if you can understand break in a simple manner. The second thing is continue. So continue is used to actually skip one iteration from the loop. So that means if I'm using break, that means I'm just coming out from the iteration. And if I'm using continue, that means I just want to skip a iteration. So let us perform so you can understand. The first thing is, if I'm taking for x in A, that means I'm iterating from my list, that is A, and this will be giving me a result of my sequence 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I'm taking a while loop, so I start from 0. If I is less than 5, I need to print and then increment the value. I again go to my while loop, check if I is less than 5, that is done. That means currently value of I is 1. Check that it's less than 5, print that, increase the value of I, go back and check. So it will print accordingly. Let me run this one. Okay, I'm doing some mess up. That means the result is right, but I need to differentiate, so I will add a print statement here with a line. So let me clear this all, and now we should start using break. So the first thing is, what if I was searching something inside my list A? So once I find that, I need to stop my iteration. That means I need to stop my loop. So A can have hundreds of items, and if while the iteration I was able to find my item on third or fourth number or maybe 10th number of time, I should stop there. Why I should go for 100 time or 1000 time of iteration? So we'll be taking the same example. So suppose I was searching for 2, or maybe I have some task which is dependent on the value of 2. So once 2 is done, I can break out from my loop. So here what I can do is I can use my if statement. If x is equals to 2, that means I'm able to find this particular element, or if this element is found, I can break out from this loop. So I can use break statement. So let me comment all these out for a while and run this one. You can see it printed 0 and 1. That means it started from x, took the first iteration, printed the 0. That means x was not equals to 2. Took the second element, printed 1, took the third element, and then this condition was true. That means x is equals to 2. And then it get inside, executed this break statement. Once break statement is done, it gets out of the loop. So what I should do is I should uncomment this one, run this again. So you can see that once the break statement is done, it get out of the loop. We should also try this with while. Need to comment this one. So here what I can do is, using the same condition, I will break when x is equals to 3. And if I run this one, okay, I just did a small mistake. I should use I. So here I am following the same. If x is equals to 3, I am going to break this loop, and if not, it will continue. So if I run this command, you can see it was able to print 0, 1, 2, and then it break out from the statement. So this was one of the simple thing. Break statement is used to get out from the loop. Now the second thing is continue. Let us execute that. Let me comment this out. So here instead of break, if I use continue, clear this up, run this code, you can see what actually happened is 0, 1 and 3, 4, 5. That means when x was equals to 2, it actually skipped the loop further and just jump on to the next iteration. But remember, it will skip all the step. That means whenever x is going to be 2, all the step inside the for loop will be skipped. So you need to be careful while placing this condition. And if I try something similar with while loop, it would be something similar, but there will be a twist. So if I use continue here, run this command, you can see I was able to print 0, 1, 2, And now my cursor, that means it is still pending for some input output. Why this is happening? Let me get this out. So what actually happened is, it started with 0, everything was fine. It started with 1, everything was fine. 2, everything was fine. But when the value of I was 3, it actually skipped from everything. Now the value of I is still 3. Because it skipped the print I, it skipped this increment value. That means it was not able to add +1. So it was still 3. Come back to this statement, it was still 3. Jump onto my loop, still 3. Go back to my loop, still 3. But it was not able to get an increment in value. So I need to be careful. So what I can do is just take this statement and add on the top. And if I run this one, you can see I was able to print 1, 2, then 4 and 5. So I was 0. Go back to the first line, that is, it incremented the value. So it is now 1. Check out the statement, printed that. And once I was 3, it skipped the print statement. Jump back to my while loop, check the condition, incremented the value of I to 4, and things followed well. So I need to take care about them. These two are really important and you should know how to use and where to use them.